Hey, Shalom. Yahba Shemi Al Shai Bakatha. All praise unto Yahba Shemi Al Shai. Double honors to the Apostle GMS and on apostles of GMS and honorship brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity. This will be a relatively quick video focusing in on the so-called naval drills that they got out there for a sudden, cruel, and short modern war. Right. So when I get into this secondary article here, it's going to elaborate on the fact that Russia is to join China in these naval exercises in the disputed South China Sea. So I'll get onto that in a quick second, man. And you know, I was thinking about it today. I was going to do a video on a slightly different topic, but really I can merge those topics into one because it really is one and the same thing. In that, really, Satan is heightening up things, man. And that being the spiritual demon Satan, and he's putting a lot of hell on the brothers out there, man. Okay, and that's because this is the time when your faith is gonna get shaken. Okay, your priorities are gonna be tested. All right, what you so-called hold near and dear to your heart is might be taken away from you for a period of time or for an indefinite amount of time, man. All right, and while all of these things are happening, you're gonna have individuals looking at you or staring at you, mocking and scorning and so on and so forth. But that's why, and that has to happen because that's why the scripture says this. When you go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, in the 1st verse, that's why it says, "Is this he whom we have sometimes as a proverb and a reproach? How is he numbered amongst the stains?" Because all of those adversities, all of those difficulties that the Most High is bringing about your way is to purify you, as spoken about within the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, man. All right, is to purify you, is to keep your mind on point. Because if you was just living a life where you can have some, and the Most High will allow you to have some kind of, quote unquote progress, and I do use that term loosely because I don't want to start sounding like I don't want to sound like IUIC, but the fact of the matter is, the Most High will allow you to have, I won't say progress, I'll say daily bread. Okay, and that's a more spiritual way to put it. The Most High will allow you to have your daily bread, but what you might find is there's times when the Most High will really make you feel some type of way about how certain things are happening in your life, man. And you're gonna have it to where the people that are surrounding you, they're gonna be thinking, look, what the hell is this nigga playing at, man? Okay, but that's all to do what? To purify you, man. To get your mind out of this society, because your hopes and dreams are actually supposed to be within the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Now that's difficult because you don't know what the kingdom of the Most High is gonna be like, but it's supposed to be that, man. Okay, the very least you could do is you take your mind out of this society, because we know the scripture says that the love of this world is enmity with the Most High, man. Okay, so with all of these things happening, you have to keep your mind focused on what the Most High is going to bring to the society, and this is proof of that. And you're not going to get a video like this from those from those progressive camps, those family camps. Okay, your everyday Israelite prophets. You're not gonna get those videos from them, but you're gonna get those from the men of the Lord, man, because we deal with truth. Okay, and you go to the book of Jeremiah and all of that, you find out that they were killing a lot of the prophets because the prophets were telling them the truth, and the king was like, I don't want to hear that. Let me get another dude, man. Okay, and that's the same times we're about to get into, the time of Jacob's trouble, where hey, some brothers might have to be. The scripture says brothers gonna be put to death. So really, that's whatever's going on in your day to day, you really want to be more focused on what's happening here, which is these things. As pursuing to the scriptures, how America is gonna go to war with these different countries, and ultimately she's gonna be wiped off of the face of the earth. So without much further ado, okay, it says China holds massive naval drills to prepare for sudden and cruel short modern war. Okay, it says Chinese Navy held a large-scale live ammunition drill in the East China Sea, which involved hundreds of ships and submarines from all three fleets of the People's Liberation Army. The exercise involving China's East Sea, North Sea, South Sea fleets practice both offensive and defensive capability of China's naval power. All right, and what's important to remember is, look, they when they do these exercises, they have a um a target in mind. Okay, for instance, if you go out there and you're on a basketball court and you're shooting jumpers, you're not shooting jumpers so you can go on a so you can throw a better jab. Okay, or you're not out there in the boxing ring throwing jabs so you can get a better jump shot. Okay, in other words, you practice for what you're gonna use that practice for. Okay, so if they're using it, these scenarios that they're putting together, they're putting them scenarios together with an enemy in mind. Otherwise, it's gonna be null and void, right? So you're seeing, these different countries like China. You're gonna see Russia's gonna be involved when I read the next article. That they're preparing to go to war with America, man. Right? It says the exercise mobilized 300 ships, dozens of fighter planes, okay, and involved troops that are responsible for the coastal defense radars, communications, and electronic warfare. Okay, so let me read this next article. Like I said, really, really short video. It says Beijing, Russia naval forces plan to join Chinese forces for a joint exercise in the South China Sea, highlighting Moscow's partnership with Beijing after a recent international legal ruling underlined rifts between China and the Southeast Asian nations over rival claims across the South China Sea. Okay, and it says joint exercises will be held in September. As spokesman of the Chinese Ministry of the National Defense, Senior Cole Young Yujun, I think, hopefully I got that right, said in Beijing on Thursday. It says, but he gave no details about the size of the drills or precisely where it would take place in the vast stretch of the southern China Sea, nearly to the Philippines. So it says, following a joint understanding reached between China and Russia, the navies of the two countries will hold a joint military exercise in the relevant seas, right, and air areas of the South China Sea in September under the Joint Sea 2016. So you're seeing these nations, as I've said in previous, you see there's a picture of the both of them, man. Okay, you're seeing these countries joining forces, man, to destroy their mutual enemy. Okay, so let me read some precepts right quick. This is Romans basic scriptures. Okay, Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing that the time now, it is high time to wake up out of sleep. Okay, so if you're sort of playing the field right now and you're halfway between the truth and halfway between, them other camps, it's high time you wake up out of sleep, man. All right, and get yourself involved in the truth, which is spoken about, which is only being dealt and delivered by the elders of GMS. And and there are groups out there that don't call themselves GMS, but they're teaching the same things that we do. Okay, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Okay, let's go to the next scripture. And I like this scripture because it's clear, cut, and simple, man. It says, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse. It says, but of the times and season, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. So if you ain't got your preparation specs on, you're gonna miss this. Okay, hell, there's gonna be some people that are gonna see this video appear as suggestion, and they're just not gonna watch it, and that's gonna be to their demise. But really, that's because the Most High has given them a spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, all right, and ears that they should not understand, lest they convert, as spoken about within the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse. Okay, and that's pretty much it, man. Okay, it's two basic scriptures, two basic articles dealing with what we're gonna see in the very near future. Okay, so I'm gonna say, oh, praise unto Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, double honestly, apostle of GMS. Honestly, brothers, have been pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.